Face Your Fears, episode 52?
Sounds right.
52, yeah. Sam.
Dylan.
So, rained recently, right?
Yeah.
I was outside. It has been bullshit. My backyard looks like a pool. In the sky appears this bow of colors from the rain that we call a rainbow.
That makes sense.
Right? And I thought to myself, I was like, how the fuck, right? How?
Yeah, how?
So I decided to look it up. So I'm going to tell you how. I've got notes here. So, and this is all legit information. I didn't just get this off like fucking Quora or some shit.
Hold on, isn't it just like light reflecting?
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you how.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you how.
It's like just like the prism effect though, right?
This is
like
from...
Pink Floyd shirt?
Yeah. Pink Floyd? That's exactly it. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is what I got this from. .gov. .gov, so you know, don't trust the government whenever you do. But so what happens? So the sun has to be behind you. There has to be a previous rain in front of you. So there has to still be water droplets in the air.
What do you mean by in front and behind?
So like the sun has got to be shooting rays at you.
Like over you?
Over you. Yeah, over you. And it's got to be a little lower too. It can't be up high in the sky because the angle that I'm going to talk about here in a minute for it to reflect. Yeah. So it's got to be behind you. And the rain has got to be, you have to be facing the rain, and there still has to be water droplets left in the sky. So it's got to be like pretty quickly after the rain. And so let's see where I'm at. So whenever the light rays come in from behind you, they hit the water droplets that are in front of you. They change densities from air going into water. And so whenever it changes that density going into the water droplet, it slows down a little bit because water is more dense than air. So it refracts whenever it goes through into the water droplet. And what refracting is bending. So it goes into the water droplet, hits that heavier density and curves just a little bit because it can't move as fast because it's thicker.
Okay.
And so when it curves a little bit, that light ray splits just a little bit into its components. That Roy G. Biv that those colors splits a little bit into those components. And what it does is it reflects off the back of the water droplet. That's when it comes back to your eyes for you to see. So it refracts once it enters, reflects off the back of the water droplet, and then the light ray comes back out of the water droplet, refracts again coming out of the water droplet, going into another medium. So it goes from a heavier density to a lighter density, which causes it to refract because it's going to change speeds. Splits even more into components. So it splits at this point into the colors that you're able to see that come out. So it goes in a straight beam and comes out the prism of colors in the Pink Floyd shirt.
Yeah. And
so let's see where am I? And so for it to appear as a bow,
the shape.
Yeah, for it to be a rainbow, and it's not just like, I was wondering, like, why is it not just like a rain line or like a rain sheet or something like that? Why am I not seeing all of it?
Yeah. You
have to be in a certain position or a little certain area of the ground to be able to see it. So the reflection that I talked about, that's C.D. Lamb. The reflection I talked about that happens on the back of the water droplet. Huh? You did it again? It's at a 40-degree angle just about every time. It's either 40 to 42 degrees is how it reflects, how the sun reflects off the water droplet. And so it just so happens that the way physics and the way that reflection works, I didn't get this deep into my research, but it just so happens that the way that the light rays reflect off the water droplets that you can see are in the shape of a bow. So the ones that are shooting light back at you are all reflecting it at a 40-degree angle at you in a bow shape.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why,
so it's kind of like you're in a cone from where you are. It's a cone with the rainbow. No fucking way! God damn!
Score a touchdown?
Yeah, I just lost, bro. Oh my god.
Maybe not.
No, it's over.
That's tough. The game's over, but it's tough. That's tough.
It'll be over.
I'm sorry, man. That sucks. But yes.
So it's like a cone.
Like a cone.
Like a half cone, kind of.
Exactly. And so that's why you can take a couple steps over here and still see the rainbow, because as you move, the angles move with you. And so you're still looking at 40-degree reflections. And so it reflects 40 degrees at an angle. That's why you see it as a bow. Let's see, where am I?
This is really detailed research.
I know. But the reason that it's a bow is because you can't see the full rainbow circle. Because like you said, it makes a cone shape. What it does is the sun shines down that cone, and you looking at the rainbow are the observer at the tip of the cone. Look at him, he's waving at you, Dylan. You're looking down this cone at the base of it, which is this circle or rainbow. So it's kind of how it works.
So
boom, bada bang, pow, pow.
So each rain droplet that the light's reflecting through is reflecting the whole spectrum of light.
Each one of them reflects every single one of those
Why
lights.
do we see it in such a line of each color?
So whenever I talked about that refraction, it bends, changes shape, and changes changes speed and refracts into a bunch of different colors. What happens is when it refracts, the wavelengths of each of those colors, the wavelength is essentially what you call the color. The frequency of them is different. So let me see what I have right here. They're talking shit to you, Dylan.
Yeah, they are.
So
fuck my friends, dude. Fuck CD Lamb.
CD Lamb did fuck you. Red's the longest wavelength. Violet is the shortest wavelength. So violet's on the bottom, red's on the top. And they come out kind of like at a different angle and a different wavelength. And so they're all angled differently when they come out. They're at a 40-degree angle, but they're split up a little bit, so they're all going to be pointing a little bit different direction. So that's why they line up in a bow with the ones you can see that's kind of how the reflection works. So the reflection of each like individual light coming out is at a perfect 40-degree angle to make the bow across here for you. And also that's why when you move, you're seeing the reflection of maybe a different color, but it still makes a rainbow because it's reflecting, each water droplet is reflecting the whole prism of light. It's crazy. It's a lot more intense than what I thought it was going to be. I'm really glad I did it.
It sounds like they're a lot rarer than what I expected.
They are.
You got to be in like a really good spot. I wonder what the radius is of if you can see it or not. I wonder how big it is.
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't look, but it'd have to be in. It's probably a pretty big radius. Also depend on the rain because there would have to be rain for it to reflect off of.
Yeah.
And if the sun's out, the sun's got to be out. But yeah, dude, that's rainbows. They, contrary to popular belief, they do not signify there will not be another flood. Actually, that could be true.
What about the pot of gold?
He could have made physics in a way that created rainbows like that. So I mean,
people say that rainbows predict floods.
Well, they say in the Bible, I think it says that God made rainbows to say that He would never flood the world again.
Oh.
Yeah.
The whole world.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so maybe He made physics in a way to make rainbows. So I mean, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but but the pot of gold also.
Yeah.
You know, rainbows, they're not physically there, so there's not a pot of gold.
Yeah, there's no actual end, right? They don't actually touch the ground.
Mm-hmm. It would be a full circle if you could see beyond the horizon. That's why you can only see a bow, because you can only see to where the horizon hits and it ends. But when you're in a plane, you can see the whole circle.
It's a circle?
I've actually seen one before. I didn't even realize it until I was looking at this. It's just like literally, you're looking out the window and there's just like a circle in the sky of color. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
You need to look up a picture if you're listening to this. It's pretty cool. You might have seen one if you've been in a plane before and have been raining, but it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend checking it out at some point if you ever get bored.
So what about the Northern Lights? Have you done research on that?
No, I haven't done much about that, but I think it's kind of the same concept.
I feel like that should be the next thing that you do after rainbows.
Ooh, that's probably a good idea. Next episode, come back from Northern Lights. All right, we'll see you. That's good. I'm just kidding.
It's a bucket list, though. Don't you think?
Going and seeing the Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It'd be sick as fuck.
It'd be that. I want to go to Niagara Falls. Would you want to go to Niagara Falls?
Yeah, why not? I've heard you should go to the Canadian side, not the American side.
Really? Why?
I don't know.
There's different sides?
Well, it's like in the middle. It's on the border.
Oh, okay.
There's a Canadian side and an American side.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think you can just see more from the Canadian side.
Really? Probably a lot nicer over there, too.
People aren't near as dickish.
What's some bucket list shit you've got?
Jumping out of a plane for sure.
I was about to say that's probably your number one.
Yeah,
skydiving.
It's number one, no doubt.
No, not skydiving. Just jumping out of a plane.
Fuck skydiving.
No parachute or anything.
I don't know what else.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon really bad. Flew over it one time
cool.
in a plane. It was cool. Looked at it, but I would like to go to it.
There was a part that I was at that didn't have like there was no fence or anything on it. You could literally just walk up and off the edge and kids were just like running around playing tag and shit.
Right there at the edge.
Yeah, it was wild.
You should have just like, oops, stop, push one of them off. You just look over, see what happens. You toss a rock off or anything?
No.
It's so cool, dude. Fall forever.
I didn't get super close to the edge.
I probably wouldn't either.
It's scary, dude.
It'd be terrifying. I went to Chicago and have some family that lived up there. And in the used to be called Sears Tower. It's the Willis Tower now. They have the little box at the very top. I can't remember how tall it is, like 80 something floors maybe. And it's completely glass. And you can walk out and just look straight down. Dude, that was so scary. I didn't walk out onto it, but I sat down and scooted out there a little bit
Like
and looked down. And I was like, all right, I'm out. It was way too much. It's just like, there's no need. Like, wow.
Have you seen the Vegas rides that they have on top of the building?
Yes.
Those would be
My
wild
sister,
to do.
we went to Vegas one
called,
time.
like, the
I
Stratosphere
can't
or
remember if my
something?
sisters did it or something like that, but that sounds right. But one of them's like, literally, the roller coaster goes,
It just like
hangs
comes
off the side
building,
of the building and just it like drops. And then they have the swings at the top of one of them.
That'd be crazy to
Dude,
do.
that would be ridiculous. That's probably some bucket list shit for people that are not me. I want to go to I forgot what it's called. The on top of the mountain, the abandoned city, Machu Picchu in Peru.
Is that the city that got fucked by the volcano?
No, that's it's in the commercial.
I can't think of it. Yeah, it is in that.
It's Mount Vesuvius destroyed it. Oh, what is
Pompeii?
it? Pompeii. Yes, yes, Pompeii. Oh yes, that would be cool to see too. I want to go see the pyramids.
Oh yeah, the pyramids.
Wouldn't that be
dope.
lit?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Be able to actually decide for myself whether or not aliens did it.
The pyramids freak me out, dude. They really do.
How did they do it?
They didn't.
They didn't. The fucking aliens did. I've heard we go through cycles of advanced civilization, then we destroy ourselves. You think maybe that's remnants of one? That's what I was. That's the argument
I've heard
against
people
that.
theorize that they were built way before we think they were.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, that'd be cool.
But I've heard like the argument against that we just cycle through. What's the word I'm looking for? Intelligence, I guess.
Yeah.
There would be leftover shit like we'd be able to tell.
Somewhere you think, yeah.
Unless they like left, took everything with them.
Unless they left.
Unless they left and took everything with them.
Took every single thing with them.
That seems tough. You wouldn't be able to take everything, depending on how many people there were. If it was like 50, maybe.
I think humans have only been like humans for like a couple 100,000 years.
Oh yeah, it
I
hasn't
don't
been very
think-
long at all.
I don't think there'd be enough time.
But like, what if
we're
we
completely wrong about that?
What if we've gone through that whole cycle of evolution though, a couple different times? Like we've gone through like Neanderthal, we've gone through amoeba to fish to mermaid to Neanderthal multiple times.
I don't think there's been enough time.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I actually, speaking of enough time, I saw something. What was I even looking at? I think I was looking at one of these medical school websites that I'm applying to. They have a new theory that the Big Bang was not actually like the Big Bang, but more so it was kind of like a bang. It wasn't the Big Bang.
What?
So it was a really confusing article, so I'm about to just not make any sense here. But it was kind of the theory that... All right, let me try and think of a good way to explain this. So the Big Bang is thought of as like the singularity, where everything in the universe, energy and matter, is in an infinitesimal point.
Yeah.
Like the smallest ever. Well, they say that it wasn't actually this infinitesimal point, but it was this really, really, really small point that did have some bit of matter, I believe, and was floating around in this ether space cosmos of just a bunch of these little ones. And those little ones came together and eventually made a bigger one, and then it blew up into a universe. But it was in it's a universe that was in this space.
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 So why would it have to have a bang then? If some little ones came together, why couldn't it just like a bunch of little
Well,
ones come together?
I think it was they're all so compact and there's so much going on inside of them. They all house so much energy that they come together and just have so much energy built up that it explodes. The energy and matter inside of it. I don't know exactly if I explained the article correctly, but the thinking for a really long time is that the Big Bang was the beginning. Like we can't like know what was before it because it was like this singularity and everything. But they're saying that since it wasn't like that they thought it was, that they're going to be able to know more about before the Big Bang or before just bang. Before time supposedly started, which like that's just like hard to even think about.
Yeah, it's just unfathomable.
Like before time even started. And you know what else is hard to think about? I got to look up a light year real quick. So our universe is 100,000 light years across.
No. I think our galaxy is.
Oh, our galaxy?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think it's our galaxy.
Okay.
100,000.
Okay. 1 light year is 5.879 times 10 to the 12th. So that's about 6 trillion, I think, right?
To the 12th? I think it'd be more than trillion, wouldn't it?
How many zeros is a trillion?
5.87 to the 12th?
6 is a million, 9's a billion, 12 a trillion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'd be about 6 trillion miles in 1 light year, and the universe is how many light years?
I don't know.
I'm about to look it up.
A fucking lot.
I think 100. I think that's right. The radius. Oh, I typed in universe. Okay, yeah, you're right. Because this says the radius of the universe, observable universe. Are you ready? 46.5 billion light years.
Yeah.
46.5 billion times 6 trillion light years. No, that's miles. 6 trillion times 46.5 billion. That's the number of miles that the universe is across.
So just a ridiculous number with like
an unfathomable number
20 zeros.
That it's gonna have like a zillion zeros. You're not gonna be able to understand what's going on. Your brain will turn to mush.
Quit thinking about it now.
Quit thinking about it. Let us do it. We're already stupid enough. Dude, that's before the Big Bang. I'm ready to like know, but I don't think we have like the technological capacity. We have to invent new technology to measure that first. I don't think we have the ability to measure it.
Probably never will.
I know.
It just seems like something that's impossible to measure.
It's annoying. What if we die and then we like are handed a book? It's like, here's all the answers.
That'd be cool. Just every question we ever asked.
Like you think of the question, you see it right out, and then an answer just pops up right below it. Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be
I
awesome?
would enjoy that a lot.
I need that now, though. I need that now. Who wins the Super Bowl?
That'd be kind of underwhelming.
Probably.
Like, are you God? Like, no, I'm just the guy that hands you this book.
What the fuck is this? Like, do I get to be God? I'm like, nope, you don't get to be God.
You don't get to do shit but read this book.
That's like 16 more tiers, bro. You gotta go. you haven't done anything yet. Like, what? You're only on level 2. Damn it. So, an easy way to go ahead and jump up in those tiers, transition, is to go postal.
Oh my god, dude. I didn't even realize. I'm surprised I didn't know this was a thing.
I'd heard it before, but I didn't actually know what it meant until I decided to look it up here recently. I looked it up because this past Tuesday, there was a shooting in Memphis. Surprise, surprise. But it was at the post office.
That was the surprising part.
That's the surprising part. It's called going postal because in the 80s and 90s, for some reason that they're not entirely sure, it's been proposed that maybe it's the repetitiveness of the job, like it's the same thing just over and over. But there's plenty of jobs that are like
Think about, factory workers. That probably makes up
exactly.
Probably makes up like a lot of our workforce, and they do the same thing every single day, day in, day out.
Exactly. The 80s and 90s, about 40 post office workers were killed by post office workers. So
this was like a thing.
This was like a reoccurring thing that kept happening for some reason.
Post office workers kept shooting up post offices.
They'd pull in and just then head out. And coming to work the next day, like, what happened? What's going on?
So
we just saw you kill 4 people.
What could possibly be the reason for that?
I mean, the only
it
thing...
It can't be repetitiveness. It can't be.
That... What else would it be, though? Maybe it's a labor-intensive job. Maybe just the... But so is a factory worker.
What kind of post office worker, though?
I mean, I guess just
like
your average
like
post
a mail
office
person,
worker.
or like someone who sits there and like takes packages and weighs them, or...
It was in the buildings, so I'm assuming probably in-house workers.
There's probably some people that sort with the mail
probably
that they get.
In-house workers, I would guess. Probably not people out on their routes coming back.
Coming back from their route? Surely not.
I'm tired of this!
Surely
Stopped
not.
at the house and picked up an AK.
That just blows my mind.
I know, it blew mine too. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I thought the post office was supposed to be a good job.
Maybe that's why it's a good job.
Yeah, they give good benefits if you retire, and it's because you fucking luckily made it there.
You made it through.
You're like, whoa, I'm so fucking proud. How did you even do that? Yeah, I don't, it blew my mind, but that it happened in Memphis, I was like, oh, it was Memphis, because Memphis is like top 5 most dangerous cities in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, you walk around anywhere, you're gonna die. So, it's per capita. I was trying to figure out what that meant.
That means like per 100,000 people, right?
Yeah, it was like just basically per the population. So like the number of crimes divided by the population.
Yeah.
And that'll give you the crimes per capita. And theirs is like, according to CBS.com, it's like 3rd in the nation.
What's 1 and 2? Baltimore and Detroit?
Number 1 was Detroit. I can't remember. I'm gonna look it back up because I'm pretty sure it was like somewhere in Springfield, or not in Springfield, in Missouri, and I think it might have been Springfield.
That's odd. That
I
doesn't
know.
sound right to me.
There was 2.
You think it'd be like New York City, Detroit, Baltimore, those cities like that?
That's what you think.
Big cities.
It was. Let me look.
Springfield is a small town, but like it's not New
This
York.
one doesn't seem
Detroit.
dangerous. Detroit's number 1. St. Louis is number 2. Missouri.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
St. Louis is number 2. Number 3 is Memphis. Number 4 is Baltimore. Springfield, Missouri is number 5. So Missouri hit the cut 2 top 5s.
Wow, what the fuck is Missouri doing?
That's what I'm thinking, dude. I mean, you don't hear about like Michigan being dangerous. You hear about Detroit being dangerous. So you know.
Yeah, and I've never heard about Missouri being dangerous.
Haven't either. It's in the Bible Belt.
What is that about?
Everybody's nice here, right? No, they're not.
Non St. Louis and Springfield.
Dude.
I can't believe they put them in the top 5.
Yeah, top 5. Wow. I mean,
Think about how much crime is probably in New York City, but I guess because there's so many more people.
Yeah, they might be. It's probably.
I bet your chances are well, I don't know.
It's probably a per capita thing, and so many people just makes the ratio a lot less.
I wonder what the safest towns are, because I bet the town we grew up in is pretty close.
It was actually rated, in 2015 maybe, the safest town in Arkansas, maybe Northeast Arkansas, something like that.
Let's go.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is anymore. But it was at one point. It was like
we should change that.
One of the safe, make it terrible to live at.
Yeah.
Just start a bunch of gang violence and just start drive by killing people, leaving bombs in the softball parking lots. I've been thinking about this.
I had this planned out for a while, and I'm glad you're on board.
That would be fucking crazy. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is the hat that's in the picture. I haven't wore it yet, but I decided to wear it. It's my Indiana Jones shirt.
What did you decide for?
I was really wanting to just give more of a visual aspect to the videos. We've got our hat.
If you want a hat.
If you want a hat, you can go cop that. It's a bar. But I got my Indiana Joneser. This is my mountain hat. That's what I wear when I go to the mountains. I don't go to the mountains very often.
What about when you ride horses? What do you
wear it very often. I've actually got a horse riding hat in the knot. I haven't rode a horse in a long time, but the one time I did ride a horse, I got bucked off of it. It was my cousin's birthday when I was like 6. Traumatized me. I was like, fuck horses. I'm not fucking doing it. Fuck you. I was out of here. Wasn't even a big one either. It was one of those little pony ones. But I was like, hit the ground.
Kick the shit out of you?
It didn't really kick me, but it didn't even buck. I just kind of like fell off, but it raised a little bit or which one? I don't remember because I was traumatized.
It was probably like standing up and you just fucking fell off.
I came off the side of it and I was, I was done. They were like, try it again.
At least it didn't kick you.
Yeah, at least it didn't. I'd be like,
could put a hole in your chest.
Yeah, I'd be fucking dead.
Dude.
I'd be done. Yeah, fuck horses.
There's always that one girl though.
There is always that one girl, that one horse girl. Jesus Christ. You gotta like horses for that one, just for a little bit. All right, dude. You ready to cry in the bathtub?
We're gonna sit down in the bathtub and turn the shower on.
Turn the shower on, cry a little bit. Actually, I kicked the shit out of Jared this week. I'm fine. You lost.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm super fucked.
All right, let's end it. 25 minutes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed my hat. Hope you enjoyed Dylan's hat. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, man. That'd be cool. Like the video. Maybe drop a comment. What did I say? 5th word. Check it out. Listen on Spotify. Why don't you follow that too? Follow Dylan's OnlyFans. He's been posting ass pics for like 2 weeks.
I'm purely asshole pics, so if you don't like that, don't come join.
They're spread eagle too. He lays a mirror on the ground and squats over it. So I definitely recommend it. I highly recommend it. All right. We'll see you.